How many more lights can we put on this car? How's it going, guys? Josh here with Trax RC, and today we are bringing you episode 14 in the TRX-4 Sport Upgrade Series. Today's upgrade is the Proline 2-inch light bar that we will be installing into our Proline Ridgeline front bumper. And we will link the video to us installing this bumper onto our TRX-4 Sport right up here. The 2-inch Proline light bar is a direct fit into the Ridgeline front bumper. In this video, we are going to show you guys how to install the 2-inch light bar into the front bumper, as well as we're going to show you how we're going to power it. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to work. So first, we're going to remove the body and then remove the front bumper from the chassis. After those two screws are removed, we can go ahead and pull off the front bumper and remove these two screws right here. After those two screws are removed, we can go ahead and pull this piece off right here and set that off to the side, and we can pull out the winch fair lead. So this part right here is what we are going to replace with the Proline 2-inch light bar. Let's go ahead and open up the package for the light bar so then we can install it into the bumper. And all we really need out of this bag is the light bar itself and the bag of screws. Everything else we can go ahead and put in storage because we will not be using it in this build. Now we need to cut open this bag of hardware so then we can get the two screws that we need to mount the light bar to the bumper. So in the bag there are 6 longer screws and 4 shorter screws, as well as 4 washers and 4 nuts. We will be using 2 of the longer screws that are included. The rest of this hardware we will not be using, so we could just go ahead and put it away. So now we are going to take the light bar and thread in the 2 screws on each side, but not all the way. Now that the screws are in place, we can go ahead and take the bumper mount and feed the light bar into the 2 holes right there. Make sure you push it all the way down. And then we want to tighten the 2 screws again. After the light bar is secured to the bumper mount, we can go ahead and take the front bumper itself and line everything up, and then reinstall these 2 screws. So now that these 2 screws are in, we can go ahead and install the bumper mount into the frame rails, and then install the 2 screws that hold that in. So now that the bumper is installed, we need to route the wire for the light bar. And to do that, I am going to remove these 4 screws right here to remove this battery tray integrated into the front fenders. We're going to do this because once we reinstall this battery tray, we won't see the wire. Now that those 4 screws are removed, we can go ahead and pull off the battery tray, set that off to the side, and we are going to route the wire right next to the servo. And to give you guys a better look, we are going to route it right through here. And now that the battery tray is sitting on the fenders, you can see where the wire is peeking out. If you're following along with us, make sure that the wire is not being pinched. Now we are going to install the 4 screws that hold on the battery tray. So right behind the servo there is a wire retainer, and we are going to clip the wire for the light bar on it so then it won't be flopping around. And then we're also going to put the wire in this retainer right here. Now we are going to remove these 3 screws to undo the top portion of the receiver box. Now we are going to remove the top cover and set that off to the side, and remove these 2 screws right here holding on the wire tie down. Now we can go ahead and pull off the wire tie down, set that off to the side, and as you can see, the wire is not long enough to plug into the receiver box. And also, we do not have another auxiliary port to plug the light bar into. And the best answer to these problems is by using a Y harness. Using this Y harness will allow us to plug in our switch right here, as well as the plug for the light bar. That way, we will be able to plug this Y harness into channel 3 and be able to power both the 2-inch light bar in the front bumper, as well as our switch to control the lights on the body. So to do that, I'm gonna have to remove this Y harness that I was just using for demonstration and set this off to the side. Now we need to unfeed the switch wire from the receiver box, and you could do this just by pulling it out. Now we are going to take our Y harness and plug in the switch. You just want to make sure that you have the polarity right on the plug. It's brown to brown, red to red, and orange to yellow. Now we need to go ahead and plug in our 2-inch light bar. It is black to brown, red to red, and if there was a white wire, it would go to yellow. Now we are going to feed the Y harness into the receiver box. Now I have found that the wire on the Y harness is too short because I can't get it all the way in the receiver box because of the heat shrink. Now obviously I can't leave the heat shrink in that position because when I go to put on the wire tie down, it's just gonna smash it. So what I need to do now is pull out the Y harness just a little bit until the heat shrink is just about touching the edge of the box, and then I'm going to take this extension lead, plug it into the end of the Y harness, and then plug that into channel 3. Now we are going to install the 3 screws that hold on this top cap. Now that those 3 screws are in, we need to put on the wire tie down and then the 2 screws that hold that on. After the receiver box is all closed up, let's go ahead and do some wire management. So now that the wiring doesn't look like a rat's nest, let's go ahead and power up this light bar for the first time. Alright guys, the Proline 2-inch light bar looks amazing in the Ridgeline front bumper. Now let's go ahead and put the body on to see all the lights. Guys, I am loving the look of all the lights that we have installed on our TRX-4 Sport. In the future, we plan on getting more lights to put on this car. So the lights that we have installed right now on our TRX-4 Sport is obviously the 2-inch light bar and the Ridgeline front bumper. And then we also have the Proline 4-inch light bar installed on the front of our overland roof rack, and we also have another 2-inch light bar installed on the back of the overland roof rack. We hope that we are able to make a run video at night with this RC car. We think that it would be awesome to see all the lights on it at night. What do you guys think? Should we make a run video at night? Post your opinion in the comments down below. Now we just want to thank Paul and Proline Racing for giving us this 2-inch light bar. They had recently sent us a huge order filled with a ton of stuff, and we will put a link to that video right up here. At this time, we would like to invite you guys over to check out our website. Click the link down below in the description, and it will take you there where we have reviews on all of our RC cars, including this one, and other ones that we have featured on our channel. There you can also buy Trax RC merch and learn general information about us and our channel. We hope that you guys learned something today. And that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Trax RC.